Alrighty, boys and girls, welcome to video lesson 6-6, solving exponential and logarithmic equations. Okay, our first one here, we're going to solve all of these equations for x. This is an exponential equation because x, our variable, is in the exponent. X is in the exponent, so therefore it's an exponential function. Okay, and hopefully you recognize that this is one that you could do without a calc, because it basically 243 is a power of 3. In fact, 243 is 3 to the 5th power. So without a calc, this would be very fair. Without a calc, x equals 5. But let's pretend that we didn't see that. Let's pretend that we didn't see that. And how do we solve a logarithmic function? Well, we're going to take the log. How do I solve an exponential function? I take the log of both sides. This is going to equal log of 3 to the x is equal to log of 243. Notice I took the common log of both sides because that button is on my calculator. Now I can use my power property of logs, bring the x down in front. So I have x log 3 is equal to log 243. Divide both sides by log 3. Divide by log 3. X equals, whip out your calculator, do log 243. You get a yucky number, but that's okay. Log 243 divided by log 3. Don't clear them from your calc. Just do it right on the calc, and you should get exactly x equals 5. Okay, this second one is a logarithmic function. It's a logarithmic function with just one log. It's just one log, and again, this one would be also fair to do without a calc. If we can do this without a calc, but let's just pretend that we don't see that we can. What's our basic method for solving a logarithmic function? When I just have the one log, I'm going to exponentiate. So I'm going to write this as now, let me get my marker, 10 to the negative 1/2 power is equal to x. So in other words, now x equals 1 over 10 to the 1/2. Well, we're not quite done, because this equals 1 over the square root of 10. I need to rationalize by multiplying both top and bottom of my fraction by root 10. When I do that, I'm going to get x equals root 10, 1 times root 10 up top, over root 10 times root 10 on the bottom, which is 10. So x equals root 10 over 10. Okay, this guy right here, we have an exponential function, because once again, our x is in the exponent. I have 6 to the 5x is equal to 3,000. You cannot do this one without a calc, so you're going to need your calc. Okay, but I'm going to take the log of both sides. So I have log, common log, of 6 to the 5x. I could have done ln too. Maybe I'll do the next one with an ln. Is equal to log 3,000. I'm now going to use my power property of logs, bring the 5x down in front. So I get 5x times log 6 equals log 3,000. I'm going to divide both sides by log 6. So I get 5x is equal to log 3,000 divided by log 6. So using my calc now, I get 5x is equal to 4.46843, etc., etc., etc. And now, quite simply, keep it right on the calc. I'm going to divide by 5 on my calc, and I get x equals, I'll write that up here, 0.89367, so let's call that 9.89369. Okay, and this guy right here, I have another exponential function because my x is in the exponent. First thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to get the exponent by itself, so I'm going to add 14 to both sides. When I do that, I get 3 times e to the x is equal to 11 plus 14, 25. I'm now going to divide both sides by 3. So I get e to the x is equal to 25 thirds. And now I have an exponential function with the base of e, so I'm actually going to be very specific, and I'm going to ln both sides. ln both sides. When I do that now, on the left side, let me switch colors. My x comes down in front, so I have x times ln e. X times ln e is equal to ln 25 thirds. Well, ln e, of course, we know is just 1. So x is equal to ln 25 thirds. Let me whip out my calculator here. 25 divided by 3 on my calc, and I get 2.120. 2.120. Whoop, that equals x. Okay, this is just a logarithmic equation with just one log. In fact, we have an ln, which is our natural log. So all we're going to do now is exponentiate. So I'm going to do e to the negative second power is equal to x. So I have x is equal to e to the negative 2 power. Whip out my calc, and in fact I can do second ln, which is e to the x, and I do that to the negative 2 power, and I got x equals 0.1353. 0.1353. Okay, this last one right here, again, we have a logarithmic equation with just the one log. In fact, we have an ln, a natural log base e. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides to get my log by itself. So I have 2 ln x is equal to 10 minus 3, which is 7. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So I now have ln x is equal to 7 halves. I'm going to exponentiate. E to the 7 halves power is equal to x. So x equals e to the 7 halves. Whip out my graphing utility. Whip out my magic calc. I do second ln. I get e to the blank. So I put in 7 divided by 2 into there. Hit enter. And I got x equals 33.11545, or let's do x equals 33.1155, rounded. All right, hey folks, that's it. Good enough. We'll see ya soon. Adios.